Those who do nothing are inviting shame as well as violence.
Hey guys, me again. Just got back from the range. I left my camera at home, so I didn't get a range video today, but about to clean my gun. There's 100 million videos, yes, exaggerating, I know, of the gun cleaning process, especially on my gun. And basically, it's pretty much unnecessary, but you know, that's what we do. We make videos. So I'm just going to show you my video of me doing what I do. But first I wanted to show you guys this. I actually got this from Walmart. It was a 25 pack. It cost me about $5-6. It's called Fly Paper Insect Target Shooting. I had a couple of different ones, but I bought the hardest one. And it's a sheet with pictures of real flies. I don't know if you guys can see it too good, but those are like actual pictures of real flies put on there. And send it as far down as you want range, and you got to pick off the fly. Now they're a little bit bigger than a real fly, but not much bigger. I had another one with ladybugs and moths and all that other stuff, and those were about real size. The ladybugs are real tiny. But I thought it was cool. Went to the range with 4 of my buddies, and we had a blast trying to pick off the flies. It's kind of like a little game of horse, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I thought I'd show this to you guys. Get rid of that. Set up my camera. Now this is my toolkit, my gun cleaning kit. Inside I got tools and a lot of cleaning supplies. Up here I got, you know, a few more cleaning supplies. Got a variety of punches, real small, real big. Got little brushes, all the little stuff that I know I'd lose if in the bigger compartment. Great, I just dropped them all over. These are plastic jags and patch loops. I got all different size cleaning brushes here. Different size screwdrivers and stuff up here. Actually, this is a file box that I got from Staples, and it actually only cost me about $5, I think. Then in here, if I can get this off with one hand, I got more stuff. Q-tips in here, hoppies, patches, some other stuff. But I'm going to take out the stuff I'm going to use, and I'm going to need nylon brush, and what else are we going to need here? Brass brush, just in case it's really bad, and it just might be. Pair of haircut scissors. These are always good to have. These are extra sharp. I can cut my patches to any size I need them. Is there anything else I need in here? I don't think so. So we'll close that up, move that to the side. My rem cloth for afterwards. As you can see, I got all different kinds of tools: pliers, screwdrivers, wrenches, hammers, all kinds of shit in here. Grab some extra patches. I know it's in here somewhere. I guess I should have did this first. I didn't think it was going to take this long to find everything I need. Usually it doesn't. So you're probably like, really? Do we have to watch this? And I apologize about this. If I can't get it together fast enough, I'll just stop it and come back. And it was in the original box. My cleaning kit. Alright. Clean this mess up, and then we can get to cleaning our gun. Got everything cleaned up. Oh, one thing I forgot to show you with everything I was doing is I always keep a healthy supply of rubber gloves. These are nitrile, so they're resistant to like all different types of chemicals and stuff like that. I always keep extras around. That's what these are. Basically what you see here is what I use For those who are new and don't know, this is the firearm. It's a Springfield XD9 9mm, not the XDM, the XD9. I'm proficient enough. I don't need the match barrel and trigger and all that, and I saved myself like $200-300 by getting the XD, not the XDM. So first things first, safety check it. Okay, remove the magazine. Put that way off to the side, where I can't touch it. Safety check. I don't know if you can see, nothing. And I'm pointing it at the camera. There's nothing behind the camera but a brick wall. And it's actually pointed up at the ceiling at this point. And I don't even have an attic. There's not an upstairs. But as you can see straight through. And there's nothing in there. Okay, so when you take this apart, you've seen it 100 times over in different videos, is you got to rack the slide back. You have this lever here, this lever right here gets pulled up. Mine's a little snug. Pull that up. And then you drop the slide, pull the trigger in a safe area. Nothing. The slide will just drop forward. Here's my frame. Here's my slide. Guide rod recoil spring assembly. And barrel separated from the slide. As you can see, my gloves are getting dirty already. That's how much shooting I've done. And to show you exactly how dirty this fucking thing is, there's your feed ramp. Just with a wipe of the glove, you can actually start to see some metal showing through. So that's pretty fucking filthy, and we're gonna have to really work on this. Now, ballistol. Everybody's seen it. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. Okay, this is how I do it. Everybody can do it differently. It's a free country. Leave all the comments you want, but it's not going to matter if you say, oh, well, you shouldn't do this. This is the way I do it. This is the way I've been doing it. I don't have any problems or malfunctions with my firearms, so I'm going to keep doing it this way. Little ballistol here. Spray it on the frame a little bit there. And I'll take an extra patch here and just move it around. I'm not even wiping hard to wipe it off, just moving it around. Some inside the mag well, and let that sit right there. Guide rod recoil spring assembly. It's another good reason to have rubber gloves. You can make like a little puddle in your hand, not get it all over your hands, and rub it on the parts. Barrel, do the same thing. I'll rub it on the outside since I still have some on my gloves. Turn it down, finger over the hole, spray it on the feed ramp all around, and then load it up on the inside. Close off both ends, twisting it like this. So I coat the whole inside. Okay, now onto the slide. Got it all over my hands. It's ballistol. It's not hoppies or nothing else. I'll rub it all over because I did use some pretty dirty ammo and it's all over the outside anyway, so might as well get in there. Use my fingers and rub it all on the outside, all along the crown face there. Now, when you're talking about the inside of the slide, it doesn't seem to be too bad, so I'll go with my nylon brush. I can leave my brass brush alone. I spray it right on my brush, just like that, and get in there. Not real heavy on the back of the slide where the firing pin and everything is, just to get in the grooves. That's why I don't spray it directly onto the slide, so all the people that go, oh, don't put it on too heavy, I know. get in there like that. Now that the frame has been sitting for a little while, I'll go back, hit that with the brush. Now that I've spread it around with that patch, I go back and I hit the rail system and get all in there, get in the grooves for the fine work. Get that little brush, really get into those nooks and crannies. People say, oh, you should put the lever down when you're cleaning. You know what? I put it up and down. I work that ballast all in there. So I'll get on the outside like that, and then I'll drop it down and get over here, and it leaks in there. Getting into the slide release lever, the back of the trigger assembly, back here. Let that sit. Now we worked this in pretty good and I can see it's clean, but we'll go ahead and take the brush and hit the brush with the guide rod assembly. Now with this, with the barrel, again, nylon brush, not the brass one, not that it would hurt with the steel, but you don't need it. I'll hit the outside, hit these lugs here. Definitely want to get that feed ramp. And after I clean it, I'm going to polish it. I still haven't did the flits to the barrel like I keep saying I will. I did a video on it before if you want to see it, but I'm going to do it to this one too. I haven't done it yet, but when I do it, I'll show you. But after I clean, I'm going to go ahead and polish it. I don't know if I'll do a video on that or not, but just to make sure it's smooth and it's working right. Now, if you've been following my videos, you know what this is. This is my clean bore pocket pistol cleaning kit. I put that brass brush on there, and I just go back and forth, back and forth. I know some people say, oh, you should do it from the crown first, you know, I mean from the muzzle first. Oh, you should go back here from the feed, and you should only go one way. You should push it through and take the fucking brush on it. Look, you clean it how you want, I clean it how I want. I mean, and let's not forget that these brushes and guide rod, cleaner rods are swivel. They're free moving. So if it's, first of all, this is softer than your barrel. Second of all, it's going to go through and go with the rifling in there. And you just want to go through a couple of times. Make sure you get all that fouling out. And she looks pretty good. I don't know if you can see it. It's not a lot of light in here, but she looks pretty good. So at this point, I switch over from the brush to the jag. Put the jag on. You got some people that are like Pete from the Armory Channel. Great guy, very knowledgeable, way more knowledgeable than I ever could imagine. He likes to actually leave his brass brush on and wrap his patches around that and run them through that way. And as you can see, it works perfect. There's nothing wrong with the way he does it. It's actually a very good way. To me, I think it just comes down to a matter of preference, and I prefer to use the jag personally. Sometimes you're not getting a good fit in there. It's not that tight. You might have a small patch, and because of that, it doesn't hug the walls as good. And that's really when that brush and patch comes into play. You know what I mean? But basically, you just want to run it through. Until your patch comes out clean. I keep using the same patch right now because I know it's super mega dirty. So I know I'm going to have to run it through more than a few times before actually getting it clean and having to change patches. But let me grab a new one anyway so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Grab a patch, stab it with the jag, run it through. You guys are like, oh, see, you're not supposed to bang your cleaning rod. This is plastic, this cone, this is steel. I'm not doing that much damage. Should I be hitting it as hard as I am? Maybe not, but you know what? It'll be alright. run it through, and I think this time should do it. I think we might have a winner this time, folks. Yep, it's pretty clean. Yep, looks good. Okay, so now what I'll do is take a couple extra patches here, and this I'll wipe down the outside. Now I'm not trying to, me personally, take all the ballistol off because it is a lubricant and protectant as well as a cleaner. So I'll just kind of take enough off so there's just a light coating. Same thing with this guide rod and recoil spring. You just rub it down with a patch. And if you can see, this thing was filthy. And honestly, what's on this patch, I mean, it may look like dirt, but most of that is oil. So just by sitting here in the ballistol, I mean, it's come pretty clean, you know. And so I'll let that go. The frame too. Ballistol doesn't hurt the polymer like some of those harsher cleaning agents, but nonetheless, you don't want a slippery, oily gun. So I'll go ahead, grab some patches, and I'll wipe down the outside of the gun first, because you want to make sure you're getting the excess off. Then what I'll do is take my brass brush, wrap a patch around that, not my barrel brush, but the just a brass tooth type brush, and go back to all the places I hit with the nylon and put down the cleaner, and then go back with the brass and see, now that's filthy, and then I'll come back and take off all the excess while leaving a light coat of lubrication, but it doesn't count if it's full of dirt, so you want to make sure you get all that dirt off. And that's what I got here. Now, one thing I want to stress to people that they don't tell you in other videos, you do need, regardless what anybody tells you, to clean out your mag well. You will get powder residue in there. Clean it out. A lot of malfunctions people have is with feeding and jamming, and you know, you don't, every time you put a magazine in a dirty mag well, it's collecting shit. So you want to make sure that's clean. And you definitely want to make sure all the cleaner is out of it, because if you're a carry guy or a gun on your nightstand kind of guy and you leave ammo in it the way I do, you don't want the ammo to bleach through the soft brass metal and get into your gunpowder and make the rounds either a delay fire round or or just not fire at all. You know what I mean? You definitely want to make sure you get that mag well clean. Now, this people are going to talk shit about. Yeah, I'm using the tip of my scissors, but one, there was a big puddle of oil in there I wanted to get out, and two, the frame is polymer, so I'm not damaging it or scratching it. Then I go back with a Q-tip. Everybody's seen this, but I try to do most of the work without the Q-tip, because sometimes the cotton will snag on stuff and you will get those little hairs in there. And I'm not saying it'll cause huge malfunctions, but all in all, I don't like it aesthetically. I don't trust it functionally. I just am anal like that, so I try not to use the Q-tips as much as possible. You'll see more nitrile gloves and more patches and more anything else than you'll see Q-tips. Okay, so that's done. Now, last but not least is a slide. A lot of people say, well, you should have left the barrel for last. This way, the cleaner could have sat longer, blah, blah, blah. And that's true. And a lot of times I do. But that's why I look at it while I'm doing the cleaning process. Because a lot of times you really didn't fire that many rounds. Sometimes you didn't use shitty ammo and it didn't leave a lot of fouling in there. And sometimes it just doesn't have to sit that fucking long. You know what I mean? So honestly, believe it or not, sometimes the dirtiest part of your gun is your slide, not your barrel. I mean, it all depends on how much you shot, what kind of ammo you shot with. I mean, again, this is what I do. I'm not telling everybody to clean it the way I clean it. Like I said, there's 100 videos out there that are like this. I'm just showing you what I do. Because one, that's what YouTube's for, is to make videos. And two, because I haven't put one out in a while. And I keep telling you guys I am. In fact, I promised you a range video. And I left my fucking camera home, so I didn't get one. So, apologies on that one, people. I will get back to the range as soon as possible. Okay. And she looks pretty much done. Just to show you how clean I got everything. Do you see that shine? That was so dirty, it was pretty much as black as that. So, yep, she's good to go. Now, just reverse engineer it. Barrel goes in. Assembly guide rod and recoil spring assembly. Make sure that switches up. Slide grooves and rails together. Lock it back. Drop that pin down. There you go. Function test. Rack the slide. Point safe direction. Pull the trigger. Okay. Do it one more time. Hold it down. Rack slide. Drop it. It resets. It fires. Okay. Now, usually this is where I'll do some lubing. You guys are probably saying you didn't lube the rails. You didn't. I know. I didn't do a lot of stuff, but I laid on a good coating of the ballistol. I'll actually sit here and play with it for about another. That's what she said. Another 15 minutes or so to work out any excess. As you can see, I'm pulling the trigger and there's some excess coming out of there. The safety mechanism, there's some extra coming out of there. And so there's enough on here. It's pretty well coated. Last and final touch, and honestly I probably don't need it because I have so much ballistol on here, is wipe it down with the rim. And there she is. Looks showroom new, people. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to make this 2 parts or not. If I do, sorry about that, but I think I went a little bit crazy with the time. I apologize. Just wanted to show you guys what I use, what I do, how I keep my stuff, so on and so forth. So XD9 9mm, fresh from the range, clean. Functioning properly, and that's what I do. I got to post another video. I finally got to use my my electronic ears at the range. I'll give you a review on those and some other stuff. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching this one, and please subscribe.